Chelsea fans, brace yourselves because one of the biggest transfer stories of the summer has just exploded across European football. Reports are now suggesting that Enzo Fernandez has reached an agreement over a sensational move to Real Madrid, and while the final negotiations between the clubs are still expected to take place, the transfer is gathering serious momentum. If completed, this deal could be worth more than £104 million, making it one of the most expensive transfers of the entire summer window and potentially one of the most shocking exits in Chelsea's recent history. For months, speculation has surrounded Real Madrid's search for the next midfield superstar. The Spanish giants have been carefully planning for the future as they continue to build a squad capable of dominating Europe for years to come. With legends moving on and a new generation taking control at the Santiago Bernabéu, Real Madrid have been searching for another elite midfielder who can fit perfectly into their long-term project. And now, it appears Enzo Fernandez has emerged as one of their top targets. The Argentine World Cup winner has been one of Chelsea's most important players since arriving in London. Despite the club experiencing several ups and downs, Fernandez has consistently shown why Chelsea invested so heavily in bringing him to the Premier League. His passing ability, composure under pressure, tactical intelligence, and leadership qualities have made him one of the standout midfielders in England. That is exactly why the latest reports have generated such massive attention across the football world. Sources close to the situation claim that Enzo Fernandez has already signaled his willingness to join Real Madrid should the two clubs reach an agreement. The reports suggest that a verbal understanding has been established regarding personal terms, with a long-term contract potentially waiting for the midfielder in Madrid. If those reports are accurate, Real Madrid have already cleared one of the biggest obstacles in any major transfer, convincing the player to make the move. The timing of this development is particularly interesting. Real Madrid have already demonstrated their willingness to invest heavily in top-class talent as they continue building a squad capable of competing for every major trophy. Club officials reportedly view Fernandez as a midfielder who could immediately strengthen the team while also becoming a cornerstone of the project for many years to come. What makes this story even more dramatic is Chelsea's current position. The Blues have been working hard to rebuild under a new era and establish themselves as consistent challengers once again. Losing a player of Fernandez's quality would undoubtedly represent a significant setback. Chelsea have repeatedly made it clear that they do not want to sell one of their most valuable assets, especially a player who remains central to their future plans. However, football transfers often become complicated when a player is determined to pursue a particular opportunity. According to various reports circulating in Europe, Fernandez could be willing to push for the move if Real Madrid formally step up their pursuit. That possibility has naturally intensified speculation surrounding the transfer and increased pressure on Chelsea as the summer window continues. Real Madrid's interest in Fernandez should not come as a surprise. The club has spent years identifying young world-class talents capable of dominating football's biggest stages. Their recruitment strategy has focused on signing players who can contribute immediately while also providing long-term value. Fernandez fits that profile perfectly. At just 25 years old, he combines elite technical ability with valuable experience at both club and international level. Many football analysts believe Fernandez possesses the exact qualities that would allow him to thrive in Spanish football. His exceptional passing range, ability to dictate the tempo of matches, and intelligence in possession make him a natural fit for Real Madrid's style of play. Furthermore, his experience of performing under immense pressure for Argentina during their World Cup winning campaign has proven that he can handle the expectations that come with representing one of the biggest clubs in the world. As news of the potential transfer spread across social media, reactions from fans were immediate and intense. Real Madrid supporters have largely welcomed the reports, viewing Fernandez as another major addition to an already star-studded squad. Many believe he could form a formidable partnership with the club's current midfield stars and help maintain Real Madrid's dominance both domestically and in Europe. Chelsea fans, meanwhile, have responded with a mixture of concern and frustration. For many supporters, Fernandez represents more than just another talented player. He symbolizes the future of the club and the ambitious project that Chelsea have been trying to build. The prospect of losing such an influential figure is understandably difficult for fans to accept. Adding another layer of intrigue to the story are comments previously made by Fernandez regarding Real Madrid. In the past, speculation about a possible move to Spain generated significant discussion, and some of his remarks reportedly attracted attention within Chelsea. Those earlier comments are now being revisited as supporters attempt to understand whether a transfer to Madrid has been a long-term ambition for the Argentine midfielder. Despite the growing excitement surrounding the story, several important steps would still need to be completed before any deal becomes official. Most importantly, Chelsea and Real Madrid would need to agree on a transfer fee. Reports indicate that Chelsea value Fernandez at a figure exceeding £104 million, while some sources suggest the final package could rise even higher depending on bonuses and additional clauses. Negotiating a transfer of this magnitude is never straightforward. Both clubs are among the biggest financial powers in world football, and neither side is likely to rush into an agreement without carefully considering every detail. Contract structures, payment schedules, performance bonuses, and various other factors could all play a role in determining whether the transfer ultimately becomes reality. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has also addressed the growing speculation. While confirming that Fernandez is indeed a player admired by Real Madrid, reports indicate that no formal negotiations between the clubs have yet taken place. According to Romano, Fernandez remains on Real Madrid's shortlist, but discussions have not progressed to an advanced stage between Chelsea and the Spanish giants. That update has created an interesting contrast with other reports suggesting a verbal agreement already exists between the player and Real Madrid. As is often the case during transfer season, conflicting information continues to emerge from different sources. Nevertheless, one thing appears increasingly clear. Real Madrid's interest in Enzo Fernandez is genuine, and the possibility of a future move cannot be ignored. For Chelsea, the coming weeks could prove decisive. Club executives face a difficult challenge. On one hand, they want to retain one of their most talented players and continue building around him. On the other hand, if Fernandez truly desires a move to Madrid and Real Madrid are willing to meet Chelsea's valuation, the situation could become increasingly complicated. From Real Madrid's perspective, signing Fernandez would send another powerful message to the rest of Europe. The club has consistently demonstrated its ability to attract the world's best players, and adding a World Cup winning midfielder in his prime years would further strengthen an already formidable squad. Such a move would reinforce their ambitions of remaining at the very top of European football for the foreseeable future. As the transfer window progresses, fans around the world will be watching every development closely. Will Chelsea stand firm and refuse to negotiate? Will Real Madrid submit an official offer that forces the Blues into serious discussions? And most importantly, will Enzo Fernandez eventually complete the blockbuster move that could redefine the summer transfer market? At this moment, the story remains one of the most fascinating sagas in football. The player is admired by Real Madrid, speculation continues to intensify, and reports of an agreement have only added fuel to the fire. Whether the transfer ultimately crosses the finish line or not, there is no doubt that this is a story capable of dominating headlines throughout the remainder of the window. For now, all eyes remain on Chelsea, Real Madrid, and Enzo Fernandez himself. The football world is waiting for the next major update, and if the latest reports are to be believed, one of the biggest transfers of the summer may be closer than ever before. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and the next chapter could arrive at any moment.